So, Northampton University Sustainability Summit 2024. I've had the privilege of interviewing Andrew 3 years ago, in the middle of the pandemic, because I wasn't very sure about Unseen, and Andrew's very interesting. He does good. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, he kind of steers the organisation. He's very, very passionate.
Yeah.
I'd say not afraid to ruffle a few feathers.
Absolutely.
Very honest.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'd say, I really respect that approach, definitely.
Okay. So you were the keynote speaker this morning on the second day of the summit. Introduce yourself to a few thousand people, and also introduce Unseen. Who are you and who are Unseen?
So I am Thea Cooper. I'm the Senior Business Manager at Unseen. Unseen is an anti-slavery charity, been in operation since 2008. We run the Modern Slavery and Exploitation Helpline. We've got 3 pillars to what we do, which is equipping stakeholders in terms of their response to modern slavery, training, consultancy. We've got influencing systemic change, and then arguably the most importantly is our work with empowering survivors of modern slavery, and the helpline comes into that, which is a 24-hour resource.
So I'm embarrassed to ask this, because you must be embarrassed to answer it all the time. Shock and awe. Modern slavery doesn't affect everyone in the UK, does it?
I've had £1 for every time I heard that there's no modern slavery in the UK. I'd be a rich woman, but there's 122,000 victims of modern slavery estimated in the UK alone at any one time. And when you kind of look at that in terms of the cost, there was a report done a few years ago that put the cost of the UK economy at 4 billion, and that was based on there being around 10,000 victims. So if you think of, well, it's 10 times that, then the cost is very easily 40 billion to the UK economy alone. And then in terms of globally, there's 50 million victims of modern slavery, 17.3 million of those are in the private sector, and the annual profits are 236 billion. So the scale is huge, and it's happening everywhere, absolutely.
And the other question I remember asking Andrew 3 years ago, and his eyes rolled around the back of his head, Andrew, why you and your colleagues having to do this? Why can't the government do it? What's your response? It's
a response. It needs a response from everybody. This is a people problem, and ultimately governments play an integral role in terms of legislation. So we absolutely need, particularly in the UK, we need better legislation. We were the first country to bring out the Modern Slavery Act, and modern slavery legislation. But we are lagging behind, and it's really important that we align, if not overtake, the rest of the world in terms of our modern slavery legislation. We should continue to be a leader, and at the moment we're not, and that's not a great place to be.
Attention all delegates. Time for roundtable stakeholder discussions, please.
Carry on, the mic will pick you up.
Oh, will it really?
Yeah.
But it's a response that needs businesses, absolutely needs businesses, because of their leverage, their influence, and ultimately they're the people that influence the supply chains. They are the reason that those source materials are being extracted, that those people are labouring. So it's absolutely business responsibility as well.
Down the stairs this way.
Are you positive about the future? Can we actually make a fundamental difference here with the likes of yourself, your colleagues at Unseen?
I really hope that we can make a fundamental difference.
Academic researchers interested
it takes collaboration, and it takes community, and it's about being radical in terms of what we think we can do, and what we think we can do within the constraints of the system. Does the system have to change? Yes. And should we be the ones to lead that? Yes, we should. And it shouldn't be about, let's not challenge the status quo. That's just not good enough, really.
Okay, so if all the people dialed in on this, UK internationally, how can we help you? How can we help you and Unseen, your colleagues, create this difference that we all want to see? How? I
would start with awareness raising. So fundamentally is that most people don't understand that this is an issue. They have no awareness about modern slavery. Fundamentally, awareness needs to be raised in order to start tackling this issue, so that we can start to find it where it's happening.
Calling all delegates, please.
That's fundamentally what I would say. But Unseen can help any business or organisation with their response to modern slavery.
The 1% economy is taking
But
place
that
in
is
Edit 17.
absolutely where we need to
Then
start.
there is the one on
Well done.
renewable
Well, let
energy
Ebenezer go on.
use, which is
I'll
taking place in
tag
Edit
Unseen on
13,
there, but
which
it's
is where
definitely an
we were
organisation we
yesterday.
all need to support.
So
Thank you.
all,
Great talk, Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.